faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker?
Ooh, am I Dr.
see
Dekker?
people's dreams.
I've set up an experiment.
My dad is trying to hurt me.
Quantum suicide. Have you heard of it?
I have.
If I concentrate hard enough, and I know when the person's going to be asleep, I can have the dream with them.
Well, let's call him God.
That could be
He
bad.
creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood.
It feels like the paintings are watching me.
Creepy.
Sometimes, when I walk through a door, it takes me somewhere else. Literally, somewhere else.
God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered.
Starts as a door-to-door saleswoman. Double glazing, probably.
Double glazing?
Dr. Dekker, I think we both know what you dreamed about last night.
I've seen its silhouette changing
Intrusive.
through the window.
Because he thinks I'm evil. Because I can see things other people can't.
On the basis
Are you
that
evil?
the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time.
I did what you said, Doctor. They arrested me.
Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause.
I thought you were supposed to fix
It
me.
sounds so
I'm telling
sciencey.
you, it's eating people. And
Oh.
you're just laughing.
Ugh.
You're insane, Doctor.
I do seem to have infectious
Listen
madness.
to me. You're not listening. It's your only bloody job.
It's like an older Ricky Gervais.
Doctor, you're late. And
Oh,
after
sorry.
all those promises, never mind, let's not keep the patient. You're late. And after all those promises, you're late.
You're
and after
late.
all those, and
Ooh,
after all those
take 4.
promises,
Take
never
5.
mind.
I'm sorry I'm late. It's because I'm going insane. Act 1. Who are you? Oh, who am I? Who are you?
Doctor, you're late. And after all those promises, never mind, let's not keep the patients waiting.
Okay.
And if you want anything, just... Oh, sorry, I forgot. I'm not going to be here. The police still have some questions they want to ask about, you know. And then after that, I'm dropping in to see
I don't
Ben.
know.
He's still in shock, and I thought we'd show we cared. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? Good. Anyway, I hope you're all caught up on Dr. Dekker's tapes. I think Mariana is in first, but I'm sure they'll all become a blur by the end of the day. I'll see you later.
I'm not Dr. Dekker?
Or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'll leave it to you then.
Interesting shifting frames of perspective on the person who I'm talking to. It would suggest a madness. Patient names have dots next to them. Red, keep talking to them. Amber, you're done. Green, you've asked everything. Going green is optional. Okay. Oh, I get to decide who I want to go to. Why is there a question mark? Is that because you're Mariana? Mariana, don't you know we have a no shoes, no service policy here? Okay. Your notes. Verbal mirroring? A new study in psychology yesterday. Get it? Psychology Today is a prominent publication in psychology, but this is Psychology Yesterday. Suggests using the same words as your patient increases trust. Use yes or no when answering questions. If my patients seem confused, I've probably asked something they have more than one answer to. To do, say hello to patients, find out what's wrong with them, and see what they know about Dekker. Dr. Dekker. Hello. Annotation idea. Should definitely follow this up. I'll remove double asterisk or single asterisk when done. Oh. Okay. So Mariana is in the room. Hello.
I'm Mariana. Are you feeling okay?
That's a very octopusy necklace you've got going on. Like I should know you? Do I know you, Mariana? So what's this here? Responses, question history. Okay. All right. Yes, I'm feeling okay.
That's what Dr. Dekker would say.
What? She's got a Cthulhu octopus necklace around her neck. That's what Dr. Dekker would say, huh? Why are you here?
I think you're supposed to tell me what's wrong with me. Isn't that how it works?
I don't really know why I'm here, Marianne.
Picking me up for
Oh.
public nudity.
Really? This is an issue? Hey, Italian G, how are you doing? Yeah, I think that's the point in this situation, Italian G, how attractive she is. But she's just, you know, public nudity all the time, Italian G. All the time. Public nudity. Why have you been picked up for public nudity? I know what she's going to say. Do you know anything about the murder, Marianne?
Well, that's why you're here, isn't it? You've replaced him.
Oh,
He's
I've
a good
replaced
listener.
Dr. Dekker. How are you doing today, Italian
I
G,
hope
by the
you
way?
are.
I'm a good listener. Why was he a good listener?
Dr. Dekker could really get inside you. It was, unsettling. But you let him do it.
Some vague
Part of the
innuendo
process, I
there.
guess.
Vacation is good. It is still on, Italian G. I have 4 more days of vacation. I'm back to work on Monday. So vacation is almost over. Why have you been picked up for public nudity?
I black out.
Oh.
And then the next thing I remember, I'm naked on the beach.
Oh.
Like I've been washed up on shore.
Ooh.
Nobody's pressed charges yet, but I can feel it.
Mm.
The police are getting suspicious.
Sure. Why wouldn't they? Do you often black out?
I do suffer from blackouts, which is strange as I can hold my breath for a really long time.
Really?
I'm not swimming before I black out. Dr. Dekker thought it was anxiety originally.
Okay.
Then he worked it out.
Worked what out? Worked what out? What did he work out?
He eventually decided it wasn't anxiety, but I'm not going to tell you his final diagnosis.
Because that'd be too
We
easy.
should have a fresh start. I don't want you influenced by the prognosis.
I might be influenced by other things going on here right now, Mariana. Tell me about the beach.
I work for myself. I make bracelets from things I find on the beach and sell them online.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time at the beach.
Nice.
It's just way more relaxing than anywhere else.
Right?
You should come with me one day. I can show you all the sights.
What does all the sites include? Because if it includes public nudity, I'm in. I mean, what? Do you suffer with anxiety?
Dr. Dekker thought I had generalized anxiety disorder.
GAD.
GAD? Because of the blackouts. He thought I was breathing badly. Do you think I'm breathing badly?
Achievement unlocked. Intern. Oh. You don't seem like you're breathing badly. Your breathing seems normal.
You can check my breathing if you want. Do you want me to lie down? Can you tell just by looking at me?
You see where this is going, Italian G?
Just if you are.
I don't need you to lie down. Maybe holding your breath makes you black out?
I'm not sure holding my breath too long is causing blackouts. I mean, it could, but I don't remember ever having a blackout when I'm holding my breath.
It doesn't mean it's not happening, though. What are you doing before you black out?
I normally black out when I'm dancing.
Ah.
I like dancing. Do you like dancing?
Nope. Oh, is it going to affect the ending? Ah, what the heck? What the heck? Panda, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. What does it take to be number one? How are you doing today, Panda? What are you up to? No, I don't like dancing.
Dancing is good for you in so many ways. Just turn the music up, close your eyes, and let yourself go.
Let yourself
You
go.
should try it sometime.
Maybe on the beach. Thank you for 5 more bits, Panda. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Where do you dance?
I dance a lot at nightclubs. I know most of the nightclubs around here.
What is your
My
role
favorite
at
is
these
the Pearl
nightclubs?
because they sell cheap vodka shots all night.
Thank you, Panda. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's been a good day. So I'm just enjoying... Oh, by the way, guys, the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. I've played another one of these games by the same production company. But dang, what was it called again? It was called... What was it? Let me look up here. It's gonna bug me if I don't know this. Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. Published by Dekker Studios. Dekker Studios Limited has also published Late Shift, which I have not played. Shape-Shifting Detective, that's the one. I've played the Shape-Shifting Detective, one of their other games, and it was great. It was a very good game. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. She has a nice plot. Have you played... Why am I not able to read that? Have you played... Erica? 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 Have I played Erica? Maybe dancing causes your blackouts.
You think my dancing causes my blackouts? No, I know it's the last thing I remember, but I don't think it's that.
Maybe it's the alcohol.
Sometimes I remember more, but I'm tired now. Is that it for today?
Nope. We're not done. What about the alcohol? Maybe alcohol causes your blackouts.
I don't drink.
Liar. Oh, I know that Erica stands for Erica, but I was like, what's Erica? The person? The game? What prognosis are you looking for?
I want to stop having the blackouts. I want to stop waking up at the beach.
Nude.
I want to remember those entire evenings.
Hmm.
Can you suggest anything that might help?
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Have you tried to film your blackouts?
I film myself doing, lots of things. But it's not so easy to do when you're blacked out.
I don't think you're understanding the concept, Mariana. Oh my goodness. Hey, Deanna, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. How is Nifty Knitting? I know you streamed a bit of a review of that. Can someone watch you when you black out?
Will you do it for me? Will you watch me to see what happens?
Of course she's asking. Of course she's asking me to do it. Achievement unlocked. 20 questions. No. Fine, yes.
So, it's a date then?
What?
I'll let you know when.
That seems presumptuous. It was good. I have one more. You have one more review of Nifty Knitting to do? One more vid to make. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And how are things in your household today? Do you ever find your clothes after you black out?
I never find my clothes. I don't know why I'm naked.
Maybe they're in the ocean. Hutch is here for the girls. Plot. Yep, lots of plot. Is your hair wet when you wake up?
When I wake up, my hair is dry, but it's pretty hot at the moment.
So it could have dried in
I
the
get
air.
baked quickly by the sun.
Hmm.
It's possible I've been in the sea during my blackout.
Maybe because you're a deep one. No, we won't presume that yet. Fantastic game plot here. It's okay, just eating and about to play some Hunt. Nice. A game I have to get around to playing. Why do you hold your breath so much?
I hold my breath when I'm swimming underwater. Most people do.
You seem to make it sound like you do this a lot,
if
though.
I'm really excited, I'll hold my breath accidentally, just for a few seconds.
I don't know why this
I don't
breathing
know
thing
why.
is such a deal. Because you're a deep one. She's a secret fish person. Why do you keep going to the beach?
I love the beach. Until somebody tells me it's gonna kill me, I'll keep going.
I guess we kind of knew that.
Have you ever been addicted to something, Doctor?
Yes. I still suck at it. You still suck at Hunt Showdown? The WoW. No, I've never been addicted.
That's a shame. You need to have a passion for something, Doctor.
Ooh, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. How long have you been a patient?
I've been a patient here for 3 months. Today is my patient birthday.
Oh, happy patient
Do I get a
birthday.
cake or something?
No, you get nothing. You get nothing. No, you don't get a cake. Should I tell her? No, you don't get a cake.
That's okay. I wasn't really expecting one.
Wah, wah. She wasn't really expecting a cake. You needed to play more. You ate too much. I had 40 hours of the game in beta and like 30 post-beta so far. Oh, interesting. I kind of knew she was going to say that, but I said it anyways. How does this all make you feel?
Like you're not listening.
I'm listening. What? I am totally listening. Tell me about Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was fine. He had good relationships with his patients, as far as I know.
Did he know?
I'm not sure why anyone would want him dead.
Oh, was Dr. Dekker murdered? Is that what we're getting at here? I die fast. Yeah, you need to be more ninja, Deanna. More like a ninja, says Panda. Are you flirting with me?
Wow. Let's get straight to it then. I'm not sure I feel comfortable speaking with you about that at the moment.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but it was in the options. Why do you think people will press charges?
I guess people see me and call the police.
They see a naked woman and they're like...
offense eventually, and I'll be charged with indecent exposure.
Perhaps you should ask someone else a question. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, but green is optional. Yellow is okay, but green is optional. I don't know. Like, what are some other questions I could ask? We got some new notes. Mariana's been through a lot. I wonder how all this makes her feel. Perhaps Mariana should stop going to the beach or have somebody watch or record her. Mariana has blackouts. Does she remember anything? Sustain any injuries? Have you ever been injured during a blackout?
No, nothing like that. I usually wake up on my side like I've been sleeping. Sometimes I'm partially covered by seaweed.
Ooh, she's got underwater powers. Is there someone you could ask to record you to watch? Record you during your blackouts. Oh, okay. It's like it's suggesting we've already asked that question. All right. Okay. Any suggestions on questions? How do you feel after a blackout? Are you scared?
No, I don't know about that.
Responses, question history, your notes. Do you remember anything during your blackouts?
By blackout, I mean I don't really remember anything from the time I black out. I'm lucky to be alive, I guess.
Still not getting what I want. It's still at brown. Can I go over to Bryce? All right, all right. Hello, Bryce. Hello, Bryce.
I'm Bryce Hemmings. You must be the new doctor. Did you know Dr. Dekker?
Nope. I did not know Dr. Dekker.
He was an antagonistic psycho. I hope you're not from the same school of thought.
Oh, I hope I'm not either. An antagonistic psycho. Okay. What did you think of Dekker?
I didn't really like Dr. Dekker, and for quite a few reasons, actually.
Okay.
I'd rather talk about my own problems for now, though, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, let's talk about your problems. What's your problem?
Originally, I was suffering with depression. Work was piling up. I kept missing deadlines. I wasn't used to all the failure. I got depressed.
Okay. Why were you depressed?
You'd think being a gravedigger had its perks, but it can be very stressful.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's a trend going towards burial rather than cremation again. And as well as running out of space, we're running out of competent gravediggers. At least ones that can use a shovel, that is. I'm not feeling anywhere near as depressed as I used to, though. Not since I got the extra hour.
What is the extra hour?
At midnight each day. Time as you know it freezes. In my world, it just slows down to almost a stop.
So apparently each of these patients has
I'm
like
free to wander around and do as I please.
a power of some sort.
An hour
So
later,
I think
normal
Mariana
reality
can swim
continues.
underwater.
It's my very own midnight hour.
He gets the extra hour as his power, I'm gonna bet. What do you do in the extra hour?
In the extra hour, I mainly catch up with work. It's a godsend. Sometimes I play chess against myself. It relaxes and strengthens the mind all at once.
Do you do anything else during the midnight hour? Do you do anything else during the midnight hour?
It's a bizarre thing to know you have an extra hour every day. I rarely
Thanks for
ever
the alert,
sleep
Deanna.
until after midnight now, so I can appreciate the extra time. I get a lot of work done in that time. I'm completely caught up. The depression is no longer an issue.
Interesting.
25 hours is a blessing for me.
Okay.
But apparently, it's not real, and I'm insane for thinking it is. What do you think, Doctor?
Do you feel insane? Do you feel insane?
I thought it would be too early to make a diagnosis, but it's good you're having a go anyway.
I'm not making a diagnosis, I asked a question. Okay, maybe that question didn't work out like I hoped it would. Why is it hard to find someone who can use a shovel?
The church where I work is located on an old Norman Motte and Bailey.
Oh, okay.
You can't use mechanical diggers or excavators there in case you destroy a relic.
Have you ever found any relics?
I stumbled across a relic myself. An ancient chess piece. A queen, I believe.
Ooh.
The best chess piece. The most freedom of movement. But they took it away immediately and proclaimed the whole east side of Henley Church a protected site of archaeological importance.
Oh, bummer.
Which
you
means
lost your
we're
chess
not
piece.
allowed to use it until the archaeologists have finished. I wish I hadn't told anyone.
Wait, he likes to play chess during the extra hour, and he found a chess piece? As a relic? How long have you been playing chess?
I like chess. I still play sometimes when I can find an opponent. There's nothing more satisfying than planning scores of moves in advance and then watching things unfold as you saw them. I shouldn't have told anyone about the Queen.
Would you like to play chess with me? Oh, okay. They're like, don't ask that question. Okay. Tell me about Henley Church.
Henley Church is relatively small. Well, for the number of bodies they expect us to pack into the ground, it's relatively small.
That emphasis
the
of
whole
the
building
hand.
was once owned
Pack
by
into the ground.
Scientologists.
Oh.
But they handed it back to the community as a tax break, I believe. Or they'd finished doing whatever it was they wanted to do with it.
Why didn't you like Dekker?
Dr. Dekker would say one thing and do another. He would push me to do things I didn't want to do. He was getting worse towards the end. I'm surprised he didn't kill himself.
Okay. Did Dr. Dekker... Oops. Ever hurt you?
That's meaningless to me.
Oh. Okay. I wonder if that's like a generic... The program doesn't know what to do with the question, so it backs off. I wonder if that's the case. Do you believe in Scientology?
I'm not sure I believe in any religion anymore. I used to believe in God. Not anymore. There are too many religions to pick from, don't you think?
It's like a smorgasbord with too much food. No, there aren't too many religions.
Then we disagree. Have you watched Zeitgeist, Doctor?
Wah wah. Yes,
Some
I
of it
have.
is believable, and the part about most religions stemming from the same basic facts. It's more likely that they've all got it wrong than one of them has it right, in my opinion.
I would not put a lot of stock in Zeitgeist.
No, sorry.
That's funny. It's a bad movie. I know what his job is. What's your job?
I'm a grave digger, Doctor. And people are dying quicker than we can bury them.
Why do you think so many people are dying?
I have no knowledge of that.
Oh, alright. Why do you like planning moves in advance?
I do like to be in control, but then I suppose most people do. Nobody wants life to carry them along helplessly. Everyone wants to kick against it and make their own way. Do you like to be in control, Doctor?
Doctor? Yes, I like to be in control.
If you like being in control, you'll have a tough time here. I saw it with Dr. Dekker. Such control, such stability. But he unraveled at the end.
Ooh, ominous. Ominous. How did Dr. Dekker unravel?
He couldn't keep control of everything, of everyone. He just set us up like dominoes, but we all toppled in unexpected ways. You'll find it all out in time, Doctor. Just not today. Can't have your head exploding, can we?
Why, thank you for not exploding my head. Do you know anything about Dekker's murder?
Yes, Dr. Dekker was murdered. Quelle surprise. Murder does seem a bit harsh, doesn't it? And another grave to dig.
Keeps you employed, doesn't it?
I know as much about it as you do. Less, I would imagine.
Okay. Do you ever go to the beach?
I don't know.
You don't know, or you won't answer me? Do you like to dance?
I don't have anything for you.
Do you ever go to nightclubs?
I can't help you there.
Okay. Who have you played chess against? Okay. That question's a no-go. Alright, let's move on to Claire. Let's go on to our next patient. Hello. Claire, is it?
My name is Claire Castleford, and as I'm paying a small fortune for these sessions, I'd
Are
expect
you?
to be up to speed, Doctor.
All right. Man, I'm gonna... Drinks on me tonight. I'm making a lot of money. Why are you here?
Well, according to your predecessor, I'm a delusional psychotic with obsessive tendencies.
Okay.
Oh, and a history of violence.
Oh,
Sounds so cold when you put it like that, though, doesn't it?
Is it safe? Is it safe to come back out? What history of violence?
To be fair, there was only one violent outburst.
Oh, only
That
one.
hardly qualifies as a history of violence. And he provoked me.
Was it Dr. Dekker? Did Dr. Dekker? Too many D's. Did Dr. Dekker provoke you?
I think we'd get along a lot better if you stuck to asking me one question at a time.
All right. Tell me about the violent outburst.
I stabbed him with a steak knife.
Who? Who did you
Shocking,
stab?
isn't it?
It is. Oh, keep hitting the button. Who did you stab?
It was a brief moment of temporary insanity. Or temporary clarity, I'm not really sure which. David had been having an affair with his assistant optician, Iris. How predictable.
Who is David?
Not just the affair, but an optician named Iris.
She just takes offense to the idea. Who is David?
Keep up, Doctor. David is my husband.
Okay, yep, I'm keeping up. Thank you. What? Asking for clarification. Tell me about your obsessive tendencies.
I'm obsessed with my husband.
Oh.
It's absurd, really.
Why is it absurd?
Because he is here. And he shouldn't be.
Oh. She sees him. She sees her dead hubby. What do you mean by he's here?
I'm going to have to plead ignorance on that one.
I don't think it understood my question. Why shouldn't your husband be here?
He's lucky to be alive. He almost died.
Oh, he's not dead. Oh, okay. How did he almost die?
My husband is not a well man.
Not from the
We've
stabbing.
been having problems for a while now.
Okay. Doesn't really clear. Why isn't he a well man?
His health, if you can call it that, has been deteriorating rapidly in the last few weeks.
Ooh, what's wrong with him?
I can't cope with caring for him anymore.
Uh-oh, that's not good that she's detaching. What is wrong with Dave? Oh. Computer's like, you've already asked that question. How has his health deteriorated?
Since our altercation, he's become less and less active.
Well,
His mind's become
I
less
might
and less
understand
active
why.
too. Such a delightful conversationalist at one time. Now more of an enigmatic husk.
Really? Really? What do you mean by altercation?
I tried to hurt David once.
With the steak knife?
That's why I'm here, isn't it?
Apparently.
I'm not proud of my behavior, but I was very angry. It was a private matter, though. The police should never have been involved.
When you stab them, they get involved. Do you often get angry?
I never used to get angry. Ever.
Really? I
If
find
you're
that hard to
angry, I'm lost
believe.
in control. Isn't that right? And it
No.
would be very bad for me to lose control.
It would be very bad for me to lose control. Why is it bad to lose control, Claire?
Let's save that for another time, shall we? I'm rich, but I'm not made of money. And I'm fairly sure my time is up.
Oh, no, we got lots of time for you. Lots of time for you. Tell me about caring for him.
David has trouble looking after himself. Sometimes I'll leave the lake house and he's just sitting in the rocking chair on the porch. And when I return the next evening, he's still there, just staring into the stars.
Something's
He
up with
needs
David.
help, I know, but I can't hire anybody to care for him.
Why can't you hire anybody to care for him? Ugh, my typing is horrible, guys.
David's not ready for company. I hope to take you to see him one day and you'll see for yourself.
Sure, I'd like that. I would like that.
I don't know anything about that, Doctor.
I love that generic, like, I don't understand what you just said. What's the lake house?
David's staying at the lake house. It belonged to my parents, but I don't use it much anymore. I have the main house to myself.
Ooh, a main house. Tell me about your delusions.
Delusions. As in seeing things that are not there. I'm not going to be any more specific. It's not true.
Oh, I
in
don't think
any
her
case.
husband's there.
I'm not delusional.
I don't think her husband's there. I think her husband's dead. Does anyone else see David? Okay. It's not gonna. Anyone else see David? Tell me about Dekker.
The most shocking thing about Dr. Dekker's death is that he didn't bring it upon himself.
What?
I hadn't known him for a very long time.
What does that mean?
Perhaps I was wrong about him.
What do you know about his murder? What do you know about the murder of Dr. Dekker?
I don't understand what you're getting at, Doctor. Please be more specific.
I don't know how I can make that question more specific, but okay. Why are you paying a small fortune?
Being rich has its perks, but honestly, I would give it all up in a heartbeat if it could free me from this madness.
I get that. I get that. Why were the police involved?
The police seem to think I'm dangerous. I'm only sitting
Yeah,
here talking
I
to you
get it.
because I have a lot of money. Otherwise, there's no doubt I'd be thrown into prison for a very long time.
Oh.
That's why I need your help, Doctor.
You got out of jail because you're Riche. Why are you in prison?
I suppose after what I did, there are people that might think I belonged in prison. What do you think, Doctor? Can I be saved with therapy, or should I be locked up like a dangerous criminal?
I think therapy could help you. Sure, why not? You can be saved with therapy.
You have a lot of faith in your abilities. That's good.
Sure do.
I look forward to being completely cured.
Ah. Completely cured. Why do the police think you're dangerous?
I assume they think I'm dangerous because I stabbed my husband.
That made sense to me, but for some reason the game thought it was a pertinent question. Do you think Dekker was suicidal?
Dr. Dekker just had that look about him. You know what they say about us crazies. Takes one to know one.
Interesting. Alright, let's go over to Elin. Who is Elin? Maybe it's Ellen. Not Elin. Maybe it's, who is this Eileen? Who is this Eline? Maybe it's Ellen. Hello, Ellen.
Sorry, what do you mean? I mean, can you be more specific?
Hello.
I feel really bad. I can't ask you questions. I like animals. Let's talk about that.
All right. Achievement unlocked. Century? What? What does that mean? Century. Who are you?
I'm Elin. I'm 25
Elin.
and I'm
I said it right the first time.
God, I sound like I'm on one of those dating shows.
Do you? That's not where I was going, but okay. What type of nurse are you?
I work in a nursing home for the elderly.
Ah.
I basically do end-of-life care.
I get that. What's end of life? I don't know what end of life. What's end of life care?
The usual things. Making sure the patients are comfortable, making sure they're not in any pain, and I talk to them. I keep them company. Some of them get pretty frightened about what's coming. Well, those of them that aren't out of it on meds.
And what is coming,
I
Elin?
comfort them.
What is coming? Why are your patients frightened?
Death is frightening, isn't it? Isn't it what everyone's afraid of? The great unknown.
Sure.
No one should have to face that alone.
That is fair, Elin. Why are some patients out of it on meds?
I don't like it when patients are heavily sedated. Especially when there are alternatives, like herbal remedies.
Oh, here we go.
Imagine if you only had a few days or weeks left to live. Would you want to spend it asleep?
It depends. It really depends.
I
Maybe.
haven't really got anything to say about that. Maybe we should talk about you.
Game's gonna make me commit. The game is gonna make... We're not gonna talk about me. No, I wouldn't like to sleep through it.
Exactly. I feel like it's almost criminal. Like you're robbing people of their last moments on Earth. You should be able to savor the experience, not sleep your way to death.
Okay. Why should people savor dying?
I'm not saying anyone should be happy about dying. I've seen lots of people die, and it's a special moment. There's literally nothing else like it.
Okay. A little creepy. You mentioned herbal remedies.
I'm a qualified herbalist.
Oh, really?
It's okay, you can laugh. Most people think herbalism is a joke. But I'd much rather help my patients.
I mean, no,
sleep at night
I'm
with
understanding. Please,
valerian
please.
Or passion flower.
Please
than
be honest.
Lorazepam, temazepam, or zolpidem.
And what seems to be the problem, Miss Elin?
Yes, I can talk about all of that. What do you want to talk about first?
Didn't get it. I was trying to be colloquial. What problem are you here for?
I started seeing Dr. Dekker a few months ago. I thought it would be nice to have someone I could talk to about work.
Okay.
It can get a bit stressful sometimes.
So when you say saw, were you dating Dr. Dekker? Were dating Dr. Dekker.
Yes, I can talk about all of that.
Oh.
What do you want to talk about first?
I don't think it understood. I don't think it understood the question. You mentioned dating.
I'm not really looking for love at the moment. I'm sort of married to my work, but in a good way.
Right, because there's a good way. There's a good way for that. Why does it get stressful sometimes?
It can be sad sometimes. I don't like losing a patient.
Sure, I get
But
that.
that's the job. I don't get stressed about it or anything.
Really? Not stressed at all, eh? Are you lying about being stressed?
It's not the job that stresses me. It's the people I work with.
Really?
The other nurses. They're mean to me.
Oh, are they? They're mean to me. She says that a little psychotically. How are the other nurses mean?
They call me the angel of death.
Oh.
Because so many patients have died on my shift.
Ooh, that's creepy.
I don't think they mean it. Obviously, it's not my fault. It just seems to happen that way.
How many patients have died on your shift, Elin?
3 last month. 3 the month before that, I think.
Not
only
bad.
one so
I mean,
far
you're in an
this month,
elderly
so
home where it is their
that's
last days of life.
Although one
That's
of my
good.
patients, Hilda, I don't think she's got long.
Okay, who's Hilda?
She's one of the crotchety ones. Always swearing and spitting at me.
Biting?
Never got anything nice to say. Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep or something. She
That
doesn't
close-up
bother me,
shot
though.
for that. She doesn't bother you enough to smother her in her sleep, Elin? I've got to note that Terry... Now tell me about Dekker.
I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots who think nurses are just there to do their bidding, or worse. Dr. Dekker was different. Had a lot of time for me. He
How
was
much
interested
time?
in my problems.
Was he? How interested was he? Did you like Dekker?
He was a bit offbeat, but yeah, I liked him. But then I like most people.
You seem cheerful, Elin. I've got a note that Terry called?
Terry's one of the other nurses at the home. I don't think she likes me very much.
She gets this, like, dark expression every now and then when she talks about people not liking her. How long had you been seeing Dr. Dekker?
I'd been seeing him for about 9 months, I think.
Okay, so they were dating. Achievement unlocked, house officer. I don't know what that means. What do you know about Dr. Dekker's murder?
I think it's terrible what happened to him.
Why did we
So
focus on the
awful.
necklace with that shot?
No one
Eyes
deserves
up,
to die like
Doctor. Oh. How did he die?
that. I'd really like to be able to answer you, but I don't know what to say.
How did Dr. Dekker die? Pfft. Computer thinks I've already asked that question. Boo. Boo. Let's look at our notes here. Sorry for writing your notes. Say hello to Elin for me. Let her know that Terry called for her. Jaya. Who is Jaya? Oh, Jaya's my assistant. I was about to say, like, who is Jaya? Jaya's her assistant. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Nathan. Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Hello.
I'm Nathan Peel. I'm a supermarket worker from, well, hell, really.
Really? What's wrong with you? I love jumping to the what's wrong with you.
It's like those montages you get in movies.
Okay.
Time passes, you wake up, shave, if you feel like it, shower, get dressed. What's the point? You get this day over and over. Nothing changes. Am I in purgatory, Doctor?
Absolutely. Why purgatory?
Because I'm stuck between this day and the next. Most of the time, anyway.
You got a Groundhog Day thing going on here, Nathan? Why does nothing change, Nathan?
Sometimes it looks different. Sometimes the bird song will change, or the weather will be less bleak. Or that person who nodded at you yesterday doesn't do it today. But it doesn't usually change. You need a tragic event for change.
Ooh.
Like a murder.
Ooh. Did you murder Dr. Dekker? Is that the next question? What do you know about the murder?
Dr. Dekker's murder was sudden. Brutal. It's terrible. But Doctor, 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had of rolling days. No do-overs. No Monday. I wouldn't kill anyone, though.
Well, that was jumping to a conclusion. I didn't
seem to
suggest
move me
you killed him. I didn't suggest that you killed him. What tragic event?
I didn't see the driver. It was my fault. I pulled out and the lorry just rammed me. Well, Hannah. She was sat next to me.
Who's Hannah?
I was in shock, obviously. And when I came to, she was so close to me. It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural.
Yeah, when her neck was bent at an odd angle.
Pushing through.
Ugh. Ugh.
That was 5 years ago.
And have you been repeating days ever since? Who is Hannah? No, 5 years is a long time ago.
I was fine for quite a while after the accident. Well, being treated for depression. I thought I was cured. It was only recently after meeting Dr. Dekker that I had a strange deja vu.
Ooh, what happened?
I'm exhausted. Doctor, is our time up?
Nope. Gotta keep going. I got more questions for you. Who is Hannah?
My fiancée.
Oh.
My childhood sweetheart.
Oh.
We met at secondary school. She was head girl. I was the quiet one.
Aww.
She liked computer games, so I instantly fell for her.
What?
I proposed in Goldshire. She said she didn't date elves.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's a WoW reference. I just made a World of Warcraft reference.
Sorry.
That's hilarious.
It's Warcraft.
I know.
We spent a lot of time on there.
I know. I hear what you're saying. I also play Warcraft.
We played World of Warcraft a lot together. I guess it's not the cool thing to do anymore. But we had a lot of memories there. To be honest, it reminds me a lot of life now. The same thing over and over again. Bring me X bunnies to make a stew. Y badger teeth. Rinse, repeat.
Hilarious.
Maybe I'm just grinding life.
Ah, interesting. I was gonna say, like, why you gotta be so judgy about Warcraft, Nathan, but okay. Are you here because of an accident? This seems like an inane question to ask, but I'm gonna ask it
I've
anyways.
been shrunk for that already. If I had that day again, I wouldn't make the same mistake.
Sure, of course. Wait, is Hannah dead?
Hannah would still be alive. We'd probably have a family by now.
Yeah, Hannah's not alive no more.
I haven't had any relationships since then.
Because you've been living the same day over and over again? Tell me about Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was a complex man. I spent a lot of time with him, but he won't remember it that way.
He won't remember it? I think he's dead, Nathan. Why wouldn't Dekker remember it that way?
As far as Dr. Dekker was concerned, we had Monday, then moved on to Tuesday. But me, I had Monday 5, 10, 50 times before I got to Tuesday.
But you eventually did get to Tuesday? You live the same day over and over again.
I watched that Bill Murray film, Groundhog Day, to see if there's any clues. To see if there's any clues. That's how bad it's gotten. I'm looking for a cure in a Hollywood movie.
I get it. No judgment, brother.
Can you help me, Doctor?
Absolutely. Take 2 of these, call me in the morning. Yes, I will try to help.
I don't know how, but thank you, Doctor. This is our first time around, and I trust you.
That's good. Because I play Warcraft too. That's why you trust me. Why was Dekker complex?
I saw the conflict that Dr. Dekker was going through. Let's just say you might look back on your life and think there's nothing you would have done differently.
You may say to yourself,
2 days were alike for him.
where is my beautiful wife?
Like he couldn't decide what to do with himself.
Oh, really? Why couldn't Dekker decide what to do?
He was like a kid in a sweet shop. He had so many options, he didn't know what to do.
Dr. Dekker is certainly a bit of an enigma in this story. You mentioned a montage?
Most of my days a blur. I'm not sure if it's the sleeping tablets I'm on or just how I've learned to switch off.
He's on medication, all right, is he? You're on sleeping tablets?
I'm on temazepam. Dr. Dekker prescribed them for me. He thought I would sleep through to a whole new day. I didn't.
Just had the same repeat again. Well, you're talking with me now, so this is new. Why are you grinding life?
I'm not really fit for work anymore. I work in produce at the local supermarket. That mainly involves lifting heavy crates of fruit and veg into place for people to buy, and doing that over and over again. My muscles don't seem to have grown much. I think that maybe I'm not aging. When the day resets, I just reset with it. I used to be a builder.
Oh, really? A builder? Like Bob? You don't think you're aging?
I'm 57.
What?
Kidding. Just if you spent the whole day at the gym and
Such
then
a
repeat
sucker.
that day and not go, you'd have achieved nothing.
Okay, that is kind of weird. Can you go back and save Hannah?
No, I can't move backwards any more than a day. I don't really seem to control it. It's generally always on. I have to try and change something to move forward.
Well, you're talking to me. That's a change. Well, you're talking to me. That's a change. That's a change.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Oh, boo. Boo, Nathan. Okay, let's check our notes here. Let's check our notes. They keep going back to Mariana. Because I've asked questions of everyone else. Let's go back to Mariana. No. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back to our notes here about Mariana. Oh, maybe I do need to continue. Yeah, let's continue. Yes.
Oh, Doctor, glad I caught you.
Hello, Jaya.
I thought you might want to hear what Ben had to say.
Ben.
Quick catch up?
Who's Ben? Okay. Who is Ben?
I'm not sure what you're getting at. Can you be more specific?
Who, Ben?
Try asking me one thing at a time. It's all right. I'm not going anywhere.
Ben is man. Who is man, Ben?
I'm not sure what you're getting
All right,
at.
I had my fun.
Can you be more specific?
I had my fun. Okay. Tell me about Ben.
I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a
Whoa,
while.
eyes up, doctor.
He's still pretty shook up about finding the body.
Oh, Ben
I'm
found the body.
surprised it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in.
Oh, what line of work is he in?
He said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch.
The
That's
time
what
of
he said
death.
before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either.
Why are you prying, Jaya? What does Ben do?
Sorry, didn't you know? Ben's one of the night shift cleaners.
Oh.
I'm sure he's got some tales he could tell.
Ben found Dr. Dekker's body?
Yes. Ben found Dr. Dekker's body on Valentine's night in his office. In your office.
Creepy. Creepy. Tell me about Valentine's night.
Yes, you know, the 14th of February, the day of love.
Yes.
Or remembering a massacre. Whichever's more you.
Weird, Jaya. Jaya, no shoes, no service. How well did you know Dr. Dekker?
I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we did spend a lot of time together. There's only two of us that work here. I'm sure we'll become friends too, Doctor. Just try not to get murdered.
I will try.
That's a good question. I just wish I knew the answer.
I wasn't asking a question, Jaya. You mentioned the police?
The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine's night, you know, when the body was found.
I kind of wonder too, the way you've been looking at me with these questions.
All on my lonesome. So I guess that makes me a suspect.
A little bit. Plus, your creepy expressions make you a bit of a suspect too. Who else is a suspect?
I think the police want you to make a short list of suspects, or maybe even find the killer. You're seeing all the patients that were on the books when he was killed.
Well, I have no idea.
There was no forced entry, so they think it might be someone
Oh,
who
this is
knew,
like the shape-shifting
or
detective.
someone who had access to the office. Yeah, like little old me.
Little old you.
Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor?
Maybe. Maybe.
Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yes, you're a suspect.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. I suppose everyone's a suspect at the moment, even you. They did mention I needed grief counselling, though, and I said you'd sort me out. I know you didn't agree, but I thought I'd let you know. That's very kind of you.
How much can you afford?
It's good that you're asking lots of questions. I'm just not sure you're asking the right ones.
I'm not asking the right questions. I'm not asking the right questions, Jaya. Do you know how Dr. Dekker was killed?
I don't know exactly, but a stabbing of some kind.
Oh.
We'll be getting the autopsy through at some point. I'll let you know when.
Oh, that's kind of you. Kind of you, Jaya. Were there any clues left at the crime scene?
I didn't see it myself, so I don't know. But I heard it was a bit of a mess with all the blood and everything.
All the
they
blood.
have people who clean up after such things, though, so you really can't tell, can you? Don't worry. That's a new chair.
She's funny. This actress who's playing Jaya. Why is it a new chair?
All I know is the police took his chair. Forensics, I suppose.
The chair is the culprit. The chair drove Dr. Dekker mad. Why would anyone want to kill Dr. Dekker?
He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting.
Oh, but that look. That look. You think a patient killed Dr. Dekker because of their treatment?
I'm just surmising. If you're unhappy enough to kill your therapist, they're probably not doing a very good job.
I don't know about that. Did Dr. Dekker have any enemies?
I wasn't really in his social circle, so I don't know if he had any friends. In terms of enemies, I heard things get heated in his office sometimes, but I won't name any names.
No, don't withhold. You need to tell me. Tell me. Maybe you should name names.
Susan, Annabelle, Melissa. There are some names.
Oh.
But they're not names of anyone I know.
She's withholding evidence. You're obstructing justice. Okay, let's go to my notes. Dr. Dekker was killed on Valentine's Day. I should ask the patients where they were that day. Okay. All right. No. That is it, right? Like, there's no one else to talk to. Yeah, that is it. Okay. We'll continue.
I'm having a loop day.
Uh-oh. What do you mean, loop?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
I remember. Jaya.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
Yeah, high school. Oh, Warcraft.
No. No, we played that game together, but we didn't meet in it.
What? It was school then.
Well done, Doctor. Yeah. We met at secondary.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right?
Oh. That could be a little bit of a hint. No, it wouldn't be funny.
I agree.
Well, that's interesting. Whoa. Okay. That was unique. Yeah, continue. Maybe I'm gonna...
Having a loop day.
Here we go. Here we go. What do you mean by loop?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
It's Jaya.
I suppose you did remember that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
At school.
Yeah, at secondary school. It's been fun, but I've got a pill.
What you gonna do with that pill, Nathan?
Dr. Dekker gave me this pill. He told me if I took it, I'd never have another loot day.
Because you'd be dead?
It's got a small skull and crossbones on it. Should I take the tablet, Doctor?
No.
You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere, though.
Is it gonna loop again?
I'll see you tomorrow. Again.
Are we gonna do this again? Okay, here we go.
I'm having a loot day.
Gotta take the pill. Take the pill, Nathan.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember it. What's the name of your assistant again?
Jaya.
Well done. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
At school.
Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me?
Tell me about the pill.
I never mentioned a pill this time, or a tablet. What the hell is going on here? Are you reliving my days?
Yep. Why do you think I'm reliving your days?
Something somewhere has changed since you arrived. Like some kind of sim theory.
Sim theory? What's sim theory?
It's a thing. Some professor believes we could be living inside a computer simulation. And someone is controlling us.
Wow.
And there are
The
millions
inception
of
here
these
as we're
sims.
playing a PC game.
And someone somewhere behind a keyboard is just causing havoc.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm starting to think you have that keyboard, Doctor. Wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know.
Take the pill, Nathan. Take the pill. Oh, he's gone.
At midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changed.
David
I'm a
Dekker?
qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just...
Naked on the beach.
Huh?
Is that it for today?
Okay, a little montage recap. Interesting. Act 2. Valentine's Day. Okay, I forgot we were on Act 1 previously.
Ooh. Deja vu. Are you sitting in exactly the same place I left you last night? Oh, that's where it all starts, Doctor. Anyway, do you think you can fit me in today? Looking at the
Sure.
diary, it's just the usual suspects, and you must be getting sick of them already.
I wouldn't say that.
I've
Maybe
got this
Nathan.
for you, too. It's some more footage from Professor Alderby that was hiding away.
Okay. Evidence added. Alderby footage.
Well, come find me if you need anything.
Oh, we're not going to chat now? Alright. Can I check the footage? Clues. Alderby
Nothing,
footage.
of course.
Oh, this is Alderby.
The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker?
Dr. Dekker.
Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me, you're not listening. It's your only bloody job. Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without
There's
chaos,
a theme of
he has
control
less
through a lot of
power.
this.
When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No. And yes. You're being too granular.
Ooh, granular.
He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you.
What?
Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own.
We got some Cthulhu cultists amongst my patients.
Question your reality. Definitely. But in doing so, I would be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is...
Oh, here we go. This is that hand illustration he was doing during the intro.
Only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world. No matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3.
He's getting ready.
2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
What? Oh, was his glass floating? Is that what happened? Is that the end of the footage? Are we done? Oh, all right. Okay. Interesting. My notes. Okay, so I need to ask the patients about Valentine's Day. Nathan! How are you today, Nathan?
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it.
The one where you had to take a pill?
I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
So it continued. Why'd you burn Hannah's clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another.
Okay.
And only buy stuff she loved. Now I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
It's summer.
If you like summer, it's supposed to be flexible and carefree. You do care, don't you, Doctor?
Of course. Of course I care. Okay, I don't get to answer that question. What did Dekker think of you?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah.
That's possible.
In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
What? Like, made you relive your loop days? He cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
What advice do you need?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today.
There's a skull and crossbones pill.
I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since.
Doesn't David...
Which one do you think's best?
Sit in a rocking chair? Doesn't, Claire talk about how her husband David sits in a rocking chair on the lake house? Burn the rocking chair.
Set fire to the rocking chair.
Yeah.
I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
Let's see what happens with that. What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day.
Really?
Visiting Hannah's grave.
Really?
It's the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
What did the epitaph say?
We walk alone without our angel.
Do you feel lonely?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, though. Just sign up to Tinder and start swiping.
That's a great
Maybe
idea.
it's just company I'm missing. Although I don't really want any.
Are you religious?
I'm not religious. But when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one.
Don't
she was an
you mean the
angel to me.
great tentacled one, Nathan?
She was an angel to everyone.
When did you leave Henley Church?
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature.
Really?
Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder?
No.
Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Ooh, yeah, she is a little suspect. A little suspicious. What were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
What time was that phone call made at? What happened with the archaeologist?
She was interested. Maybe I misread. Maybe she was just being kind. I suppose most women wouldn't enjoy me talking about my dead ex for hours.
Probably not. Probably not what I would lead with, Nathan. What's a cephalopod?
It's a sea creature, like an octopus.
I'm just asking because I'm hoping
suppose
that
they
would get
find
us
dinosaur
forward in the
bones
story.
everywhere. Just because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place wasn't at the bottom of an ocean.
When Cthulhu walked the earth. Tell me about Yamaza.
She's dead. Thanks for bringing that up.
Hey Panda, thank you for those bits. Thank you very much, brother. What's your favorite season?
I like winter. Being snowed in with Hannah. Just the two of us.
That's kind of nice.
It's paradise.
Alright, let's look at our notes here. No more notes on Nathan. Let's type hint. A pile of ashes. Does he like fire? Do you like fire?
I think fire is very primal in terms of energy. Maybe if I burn something, my days will keep rolling. Although I'm not sure you're supposed to encourage arson in these sessions, Doctor.
I wasn't encouraging it. I was just asking the question. How did your mother die?
She stopped breathing. I don't know. I was 6. Something to do with her lungs.
Okay. Something to do with her lungs. Interesting. I'm gonna get a hint here. What charity did Hannah donate her clothes to? What charity did Hannah donate her clothes to?
Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money. I actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned called Mindstretch Outreach.
Mindstretch Outreach? What is Mindstretch Outreach?
Mindstretch Outreach arranges programs for gifted children. It's for
Ooh.
poor, clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity. I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are thankful to the people running it.
Interesting. Like a school for
in this
gifted
case is Dr.
youngsters? Oh, interesting. Why would Dr. Dekker run Mind Stretch Outreach?
I think Dr. Dekker set up Mind Stretch Outreach so that he could influence the minds of children at an early age.
I think Dr.
Getting them to
Dekker was a
believe they
cultist
could be
leader.
anything they wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Since his death, it's been disbanded.
Oh.
No more minions of Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker's minions, Panda. He was talking to the student, but wasn't in the mood for conversation?
I meant I wasn't in the mood to talk to Dr. Dekker.
Oh, you're the student. He's the student. Why do you think the children were minions?
It just felt like he was growing this child army of intelligentsia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. An army for Cthulhu. Oh. Did Dr. Dekker and Hannah know each other?
Hannah never met Dr. Dekker.
Hmm.
She did donate to his charity once, though.
Right. Yeah, I think we established that. Oh, Nathan's got green. That's where we want to be. All right, let me check my notes here. All right, let's move on to Lacey. Who's Lacey? Hello, Lacey. Lacey looks angry. Why are you so angry, Lacey? Why are you so angry, Lacey?
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered.
Ooh.
80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police.
Okay.
They slit her throat with a bread knife.
Ew. Ew.
So I started a neighbourhood watch.
Okay. Seems productive. Seems productive. Who are you?
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
Well, I mean, I just got introduced to you, so... Tell me about Neighborhood Watch.
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. They want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes.
Agnes didn't deserve that death. She didn't deserve that death, did she? What's wrong with Agnes?
She went missing, and still is.
Oh, this is a different person.
And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Oh, what is the truth, Lacey? What is the truth?
It killed them.
What?
It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman.
Ooh.
I know because I heard my other neighbors shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think
Someone else talked about a salesperson.
But she said she was selling double glazing.
Oh. Oh. Who else said double glazing? Someone else said double glazing. Oh, I can't remember. Such a bad detective. I can't remember. Was this woman really selling double glazing?
No, I didn't answer the door. That's not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's.
She calls her an it.
Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
Ooh. Okay. What happened after Agnes let the woman into her house?
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa.
Ooh, with tentacles?
Snakes for a face.
Ooh.
And Agnes just fell to the floor.
Oh no. She's gone insane because of what she's
Minutes
seen.
later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream.
Creepy.
That was the end of Agnes.
Oh. And that was the end of Agnes. Do you have proof Agnes is dead?
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need?
It's pretty good. She's a witness.
You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
Well, don't let me in the same boat as Dr. Dekker quite yet. Tell me about Dekker.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbor being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they?
Nope.
Have they?
I don't believe so. I haven't seen Agnes. No, they didn't find Agnes.
They haven't found her because that thing ate her.
As far as I know, they haven't found Agnes.
Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though.
What? What? There was a husband in this? Why is he useless?
Don't know much about him. Other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either.
Ooh.
He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
Do you suspect the husband?
No. He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden.
So you don't like him, but you don't
the
suspect
National
him.
Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing.
She does not look impressed in that picture. Was Ron digging a grave?
What a thing to say! Why would you say that?
I'm just wondering. Just
I
thinking out
kept
loud.
watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless...
Right. Unless what?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think...
Think what? Where are we going with this?
I need to call the police.
You think Agnes is the
I need to
foundations?
call them now. But they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me. They won't believe me about this, I promise you.
What would it hurt
Please,
to check,
would you
though?
call them, Doctor?
Yeah, sure. I'll call them. Yes, I'll call the police.
Thank you, Doctor. Now give me a pen and I'll write down the details for you. Don't you want to know why Dr. Dekker called me the leech lady?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Why?
He said that I leech thoughts from people.
What?
Suck them right out of their heads.
That's
and I
creepy.
can put thoughts in there too.
What? That's terrifying. Why am I asking if she sells double glazing?
Doctor, you're so good. We're going to get on just fine.
Are you the saleswoman? What?
I was at Henley Church.
Oh.
They had a service that ran right up till midnight. For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now.
I don't understand what happened with that whole salesperson thing.
Do you have someone, Doctor? Do you have a love in your life?
No, I have no one. The doctor's so alone.
Garden club. You should come with me one night. It's a lovely way to meet new people.
Take Nathan. He's looking for love. He's looking for love. Oh, Lacey's at green. Okay, interesting. Let's go over to Claire. See what happens over here with Claire. How are you today, Claire?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Oh, that's grim.
I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Mm-hmm. How'd your parents die?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Ooh, grim.
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Oh, that's Trey grim. What did you do at the lake house?
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there. By the lake. Only about 9 or 10.
The
She
water.
was fishing.
Great Cthulhu in the
You can call it
water.
that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Really? Tell me more about this girl. Did you speak to the girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children. But she seemed different. Special.
That's because
I'm allowed
she's
to talk to her,
a deep
aren't
one.
I, Doctor?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Yeah.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
Am I prompting madness here? Was that a bad choice I just made? Why was the girl sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Traumatizing. Where's David today?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
I still think David's not around. What skins did the girl see?
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Sure, I'm sure he will. What were you doing on Valentine's Day, Claire?
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
What did you talk to Dekker about in your last session?
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Ooh, what's that?
I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though.
Ah.
As the tea.
Boo. Tell me. How did the girl seem special?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. She
I'll
said
bet
she
you
was
did.
Trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Like a cephalopod? Like an octopus? What strange creature had the girl seen?
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's
Minnows,
strange when you're
yeah.
a child.
I'm sure it was just minnows. When did your parents die?
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young.
Oh.
Too young to be an orphan, anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
How old are you now, Claire? How did you meet David?
Met isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows, on the periphery. I move in very exclusive circles.
Really?
You tend to see the same faces.
Very exclusive circles. What kind of exclusive
I
circles?
don't move in any circles anymore. Those people were my parents' friends, not mine.
Oh, cultist. Cultist circles? I should type that in. Do you love your husband?
Love? Yes. I suppose I always will.
What were you doing on Valentine's Day night?
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do.
I don't doubt that. Something up with David. Why are you watching David?
He has trouble with his mental faculties and is getting worse. Yes. I watch him and make sure nothing bad happens.
Let's get a hint here. How was Dr. Dekker's mood in your last session?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited even. He talked a lot.
Achievement unlocked. Curious. Okay. What was he excited about?
Instead of his usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed genuinely excited. Presumably he had a date.
Ooh, with a Miss Elin? Who was his date with?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. Why did you need to toughen up?
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune.
Oh, right, she's
Lots of
rich.
people, lots of men. Saw that as an opportunity.
I'll bet. It seems a little suspicious that you were at a friend's house.
Do you think I killed my parents?
No. I just seem suspicious, that's all. No.
I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Oh. No. I don't think you killed your parents.
It's okay if you think I killed them. You wouldn't be the first to draw that conclusion.
I bet.
People can be so cynical. I'm used to it.
Such a hard life, Claire. How long have you known David?
I've known David forever.
Yep.
It seems like he's always been in my life, one way or another.
Because he's a...
He was a family friend.
Old one.
It's different now, of course, to when I first met him. I felt like he was protecting me then, watching over me.
He's not human.
Nothing could hurt me when he was there.
David ain't human. Is David human? The computer thinks I've already asked that question. Which friend were you staying with?
I don't remember my friend's name. She was a girl from my school. Vicky? Charlotte? It's not really important.
Oh, it is important. And that's not good that you don't remember. You're not doing your case well. Were you close to your parents?
Yes, I loved my parents very much. They were very good parents. It was hard letting them go.
But when David told you to let them go, did David tell you to let go of your parents? Computer still doesn't think that's a good question. I wonder if the key... What key?
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it.
Oh, right, the key. Yeah.
I don't really need one if David is around.
Really? Because David just magically opens doors for you, doesn't he? David just opens doors. Because he's a great old one. Carbon monoxide. Ugh. Poisoning. From what?
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Really? Really, Claire? What do you mean by enormous furniture?
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
What? Don't know anything about that. Where did the girl come from?
She lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before.
Must be just a new resident, right? Not an alien or a deep one. That wouldn't be possible at all now, would it? Did men try to take advantage of you after your parents died?
Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them are the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you.
Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there. What do you mean by enormous fortune?
Yes, money. Everybody wants it. But what use is it really? Look at me. Am I happy? Am I loved? Am I living?
You say you have David and money. That all seems pretty good. All right, Claire's at green. So let's move over to Jasmine. Who is Jasmine? This is Jasmine. All right. Who are you?
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Oh, Dr. Dekker is dead.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
I do, actually. He was murdered. In cold blood. Dekker was stabbed.
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
What? I didn't say that. When did I say anything about Valentine's Day? I never said anything about Valentine's Day.
We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All.
Oh, she just
So I
took
had
it
to
as
work.
like...
Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce.
Bryce?
I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic.
We haven't met Bryce yet, I don't
I
think.
couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at...
Oh no,
11?
Bryce is the... I know Bryce is.
There's actually another guy takes over on the night shift.
Oh no, that's the
I'm not
guy.
sure if
That's
you
not
kept
Bryce.
talking to Bryce, though. Providence is open 24 hours.
Really? Oh, she's in on this. She's in on this. Something's literally fishy. Tell me about Bryce.
There's not much to tell. I knew he was a patient here. I'd seen him in the waiting room a couple of times.
We haven't met Bryce
He likes
yet.
art and talking and talking.
Oh, great.
and
That's
looking
good to look
down
forward to.
here instead of up here.
I don't know anything about that. Don't know anything about that. What's your problem?
When you see a painting, it stands still.
Oh, but for you?
When I see one, it's moving. Like a mini film. Like little vines.
A little
But when
reference to
there's a
Vine.
person in the painting.
What happens then? Jasmine?
They watch me. Normally disapprovingly.
They Harry Potter it for you, do they? Like in Harry Potter. Why do they watch disapprovingly, Jasmine?
Because they don't think I know how to appreciate art. Because I'm too young.
Really? Is that the problem? Do you appreciate art?
Yes, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be working in an art gallery.
What
I
do you
love
appreciate
art.
about it?
I love paintings. Like I said, they move for me.
How do the paintings move?
When I want them to, normally. When I want to really get inside what's going on. But some paintings, I can't stop.
Oh, what do the paintings do then, Jasmine?
I've been working on portraits, at home, outside work. But my paintings aren't so good. Nowhere near Providence standard.
I like that they say Providence.
I
We're the
painted
East
them
Coast
at
here,
Dorian.
Massachusetts.
You know, after Dorian Gray.
Very Cthulhu, very Lovecraftian. Something new in my notes? I should tell Jasmine that Dekker was stabbed. I should ask Lacey about the neighborhood watch. Let's go back over to Lacey. Tell me about the neighbor. How'd they spell it? Is it American or Canadian? American spelling, okay. Wait, what? What's this question mark? Tell me about the neighborhood watch. Blah. We've already done that. Notes. Come on. Go back over to Jasmine. Dr. Dekker was stabbed. Blah. We've already talked about that, apparently. Tell me about Dorian.
I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third.
That's a really neat idea.
It was hideous.
Oh. Didn't work out.
Started talking to me.
Ew. Creepy. What did Dorian say?
That I'm ugly. That I have no talent. Nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor?
No, you'll be fine.
I hear it so many times with that wretched painting. It's in my head. But thank you.
You're welcome. You are welcome, Jasmine. Tell me about Dekker.
He was shy. And then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it.
Really? He told you to set fire to it, just like I did, telling, what's his name? Nathan to set fire to a rocking chair. Set fire to what?
Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence.
The art gallery?
At that time, I thought the only way to fix my problem was to set fire to the entire art gallery. Several paintings didn't make it. Luckily, my boss didn't press charges.
Yeah.
The police did arrest me, though.
I bet. Some arson. Why didn't your boss press charges?
My boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that.
Petra.
Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money. Such a sweet lady. You'd do anything for her.
Interesting. Oh, she's looking at the Rorschach. It's like, What do I see in these paintings? Did Petra ask you to set fire to Providence?
Dr. Dekker told me to burn it. There's nothing to do with Petra.
Like an insurance scam? Are you sure? Was the fire started for insurance money?
No. Why are you saying that? I don't even know if Petra has insurance.
Just exploring all the possibilities. Achievement unlocked. Registrar. I don't know what that means either. Don't know what it means. Was Dorian destroyed in the fire?
I already ripped up the painting.
Oh.
It screamed as I cut it.
Ew.
And now whenever I close my eyes, I can see it, hear it. I need
really
the tablets,
creepy.
Doctor. I need them.
Tablets? What tablets?
The temazepam, the sleeping tablets. The ones you gave me last time.
What? Didn't give you no sleeping tablets?
Dr. Dekker gave them to me. They helped. I know it's in my head. I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this?
I've half wondered if I'm not Dr. Dekker, if the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker isn't pretty much me. More plot, you gusta? Te gusta? What do we got in my notes here? Did the painting of Dorian get destroyed in the fire? It did. I did ask her about that. I think you lack a little bit of self-confidence.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll think about that. And the prescription, please?
Sure. Why not? Okay. Oh, Jasmine's gone green. Okay, she didn't... Okay, so she's on my suspect meter because when she learned about Dr. Dekker's murder, I didn't say anything about Valentine's Day, and she's like, oh, what was I doing on Valentine's night? Suspect... Something's going on here, but let's talk to Bryce and see what goes on here. Wait, we did meet Bryce. Yeah, Bryce is the guy who claims that he gets an extra hour every night. How you doing today, Bryce?
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me.
Ooh, what is it, Bryce?
I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Yeah, like murdering people? Like murdering people, Bryce? Actually, I do want to take a quick break to grab a glass of water and stretch my legs. So I will be right back in a minute or two with some more The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. Be right back. All right. Let's continue questioning Bryce here. Where is my mouse? There it is. How have you been getting out of control, Bryce?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously.
Of course.
It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen?
Oh, I don't know. Say, kill Dr. Dekker?
Fairground?
Fairground at midnight? Would it be open at midnight? I'd... yeah. No. I'd spy on people.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Jessica.
Oh.
She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles.
This isn't creepy at all.
I've always wondered what she looks like.
Oh.
Naked.
Oh.
So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom.
Bryce.
I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
Bryce! What'd you do?
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked.
Uh-oh.
When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like.
What? He's like, it's just justification.
That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Sure is.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
Oh, really? Well, you should be blaming Dr. Dekker for that. Why is it Dekker's fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
How did he change?
He was easily distracted during the sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time.
Huh.
I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
That one guy, Alderby, the Alderby footage did say something about, you're not listening. It's your one job. What advice did Dekker give you?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Was Dr. Dekker making everyone get their powers because he... Still formulating my thoughts on this here. Tell me more about Dekker.
I dug the grave for Dr. Dekker. I helped carry his
bet
coffin
you
to the
did.
burial site. Do you know what? It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is?
Because I'm Dr. Dekker.
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Why would there be a decoy?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else. Or cremated.
Or
Somebody
alive.
somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
I don't really want to talk about that. I prefer to be... cremated?
That's a good choice, Doctor. Less work for me.
Achievement unlocked, movie length. What? Is that like the duration of time I've been playing this game? You seem preoccupied.
Sometimes I see a girl standing behind you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're asking me either.
It's just Darth Vader. It's not a girl, it's Darth Vader. But I can see how you would get mixed up. Can you see something behind me?
Possibly a relative of yours.
Hmm.
Possibly a patient that died here.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
Really? Achievement unlocked, mind games. What are the mind games I'm playing with Bryce? Where were you on Valentine's Day?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They had a display with the theme "Love Conquers All."
We heard this
I
from
didn't
Jasmine.
get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
Tell me about Jasmine, Bryce. Do you know Jasmine?
No, sorry.
Liar! She knows you. She knows you. I'd steal things.
Yes, I would steal too, and I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere.
This would be the honest thing to do. Oh, like what? Like what sort of bigger things, Bryce? You've stolen bigger things?
From stealing milk, I moved on to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals, so I've stolen quite a lot of that.
Oh, man.
I'm not proud.
Bryce, you are in trouble.
I've been doing it because I can.
Mm-hmm.
To prove to myself, either way, my extra hour is actually real.
I get that to a degree. Doesn't excuse what you've been doing, Bryce. I would help people in my extra hour.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched. So I gave her purse back, and the crook...
Smacked him.
I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going.
How did you carry him?
She'd never really be able to thank me, so...
Uh-oh.
I took another picture.
Oh, no. What kind of picture did you take, Bryce? What kind of picture did you take? Bryce? What kind of picture did you take, Bryce?
I took a picture after undressing her.
Mm-hmm.
I put her clothes back on before time resumed.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, there wasn't much to take off and put on. Do you know what kind of girls walk around at midnight, Doctor?
Girls of the night? Is that what it is? Would you go to a fairground if you had an extra hour?
That was just an example, Doctor.
Yeah, it was silly.
I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Not what you're thinking is exciting. Have you ever destroyed anything?
Yes, I suppose I've destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
He's definitely playing the part of a supervillain so far. That creepy look and the creepy things he's done. Have you found any more relics?
That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend.
Interesting.
It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. Well, I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
He's so creepy. Why didn't you stop seeing Dr. Dekker if you really didn't like him that much?
Because you have to hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was.
Okay.
And after a point, you go too far to be able to come back anyway.
Bryce says Nathan was with a female student all Valentine's night. Can I go back over to Nathan? And ask Nathan about this female student? Do you know a female student? Who was the female student you spoke to at the art gallery? Bah! Okay, they're not going to let me talk to him anymore. Maybe in the next section, the next act, it'll let me broach that question. Have you seen people... Why am I asking this question? Come back from the dead?
When you work in a graveyard, you see a lot of strange things.
Sounds good,
I'm
Panda.
not sure if they're real, or whether I think they're real, or which is worse.
I'll blurb. You will blurb. Have you ever moved or hidden things in your extra hour?
Moving things around and hiding things was amusing at first, when everyone was frozen. Some people would faint when things appeared from midair. Others would cry. Others just thought that it was there all the time and that their mind was playing tricks on them. It got boring fast, though.
What time is it right now as I'm talking to this guy? As I'm talking to Bryce. Do you live on your own?
I live on my own. Occasionally I visit my father. He's in sheltered housing. Dementia.
You don't say. Do you ever go fishing? You ever seen cephalopods come out of the water? Maybe Dr. Dekker's caffeine? His caffeine contained ashes or other remains. Question mark. Question mark!
I'm a bit of a professional at this grave filling business, Doctor.
Are you now?
I know a decoy coffin when I handle one.
I think he was in with Jasmine on killing Dr. Dekker. That's my initial suspicion here. I think they plotted. Would you ever murder someone during your extra hour, Bryce? Have you ever murdered someone in your extra hour? Oh. Computer doesn't want me to ask that question. Would you murder someone in your extra hour? What? Okay, let me just write the question exactly as it writes it. I'm taking the hint, but it says I've asked that question already, and that is impossible. I have not done so. Why do you think Dr. Dekker didn't want to know about his patients anymore?
Therapists are supposed to help you. For whatever reason, Dr. Dekker had given up the desire to cure my mind.
So you killed him.
Instead, wanted to make me more unstable.
So you killed him for it, didn't you, Bryce? Did thinking you had an extra hour make it real?
Thinking I had an extra hour at the end of each day did become real for me, Doctor.
Yeah, just like
Maybe
Dr. Dekker suggested.
Was a genie, and he could grant wishes.
There we go. That's what this whole story is
Maybe he
about.
wished himself dead.
Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know, he says so nonchalantly. What have you done with the photos of Jessica?
I can't delete them. I don't know why.
Can't or won't?
I haven't shown them to anyone else.
Sure you haven't.
Do you want to see them, Doctor?
No. No. No, I don't. No.
Sorry, Doctor, I dozed off there.
No, I do not want to see the pictures of Jessica.
No, of course you don't. It's just me. I'm the sick one.
Kinda. That's very professional.
I don't think you would, Doctor. I don't think I would either.
Interesting. Interesting. I think you would murder someone in your extra hour, actually, but that's neither here nor there, apparently. What strange things have you seen?
You're laughing at me, aren't you? I said I wasn't sure if they were real.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm just asking the question. Oh, Bryce has gone green now, okay. Let's move over back to Elin. Elin, welcome back. How are you doing today?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
What's wrong, Elin?
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do.
Yeah?
Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Uh-oh. What's wrong with Hilda? You mentioned Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell.
You have that reputation, apparently.
It's too late.
Why do you need to see Hilda?
To help her finish her unfinished business.
What?
People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go.
Huh.
We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Messy, messy, messy. What's Hilda's unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia.
She wouldn't look like this girl behind me, would she? What were you accused of stealing? Oh, what talent?
I can change my skin.
What?
What I look like.
Let's see it.
I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them.
Hence the angel of death reputation that she has.
That's how I comfort them.
Interesting. Can you do it right now? Can you do the trick for me now, Elin? How does it comfort them?
I only shift at work to help my patients.
Oh, only at work, okay.
I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Is this where the shape-shifting detective eventually became a game idea for, what were they called again? Delvecchi Studios or something like that? Devecchi Studios. What were you accused of stealing?
This?
Oh.
Well, it started with this. It's a locket.
Where'd you get the locket?
One of my patients gave it to me before she died.
Had you changed skin when she did that? What else have your patients given you?
I have a few other things.
Some money, some gold bars.
A ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets,
Oh,
really.
sure. I'm sure they're just trinkets. They're all trinkets.
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die.
But
Alice's son never visited.
Oh.
He wouldn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery?
The justification, though.
It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
A little bit.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it.
Did you shapeshift and get her to give it to you?
Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
Just don't understand. Parents just don't understand, Elin. What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
Actually, I had a hot date.
With Dr.
It
Dekker?
wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date. Different to what I'm used to.
What does that mean? Why was the date different?
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant.
Okay.
Then we went for a little walk along the pier.
Okay.
Held hands, had a bit of a kiss.
Sounds normal
Then
so
he called a
far.
cab, and I went home, alone.
That's old-fashioned? That's an old-fashioned date? What time did you get the cab?
I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to.
Okay.
If you think I need an alibi.
Just before the extra hour that Bryce gets. Can you tell me anything else about Dr. Dekker?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day.
Did you?
3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was...
Murdered?
I still can't get over it.
Was he murdered before the extra hour? How was Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day?
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood.
Yeah, someone else said he was
It didn't
excited.
seem like anything was bothering him.
Claire said he was excited. About something. Who was your date with?
His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
Too old-fashioned. Too old-fashioned with his date ideas. Tell me about Max.
I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material.
Yes, we've established that. We've established he's not your type. Who accused you of stealing?
Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing.
Of course.
One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
HSK. Hell of a stealing... I don't know. What does it stand for?
Healthcare serial killer.
Ooh.
You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients.
Nah.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts.
She doesn't seem
Terry thinks it
suspect
means
so
I've been
far.
killing them off.
Odd, but not suspect. As far as Dr. Dekker is concerned. Right now, my eyes on Jasmine and Bryce. Maybe Nathan. Maybe. How can you tell when people are dying?
I can sense it, you know?
Yeah, like your spidey sense
It's like
tingles?
when you're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fading, even before the doctors know.
Then you take on a shape.
Energy changes. sounds silly when I put it into words. I sound like my mum.
Oh, tell me about your mother. Tell me about your mother.
My mum's a nightmare. I said she was into all this new age stuff, right?
Nope.
So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever.
Your inner moonbeam.
Nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
Sucks, Elin. Really sucks. Why was Dekker in a good mood?
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
Hey, mom sounds like a treat. Why wouldn't you want to talk to Dr. Dekker about her? What don't the other nurses understand?
The bond I have with my patients.
Which is?
It's not the same for the other nurses. They don't have my special talent.
Of changing skins? I know what the special talent is, so it's not that much of a mystery. How do you change your skin?
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
Would you use like a magic word? Or you just kind of pull a Wonder Woman and spin around in a circle a number of times and all of a sudden you got a new skin? How does it work? Please do it right now for me. Ooh, did Dr. Dekker have any unfinished business? This feels like a trick question, because if she answers it, it means she's around when he died.
Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business.
How do you know?
He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Question leaves you off the hook so far. How many times have you shifted?
I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many.
That makes sense. Makes sense that she doesn't have a running count of how many times she has shape-shifted over the course of her life. Maybe Jaya should check Elin's alibi with the taxi company. Ooh. What else have patients given you? What else have patients given you, Elin? Who was Alice?
Alice was one of my favorites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humor.
That's one of her patients who she watched die, and she took on another skin shape for Alice. Still more questions for Elin. I'm really fascinated when the character gets to green on their questions. Why were you given the locket?
It was the one thing she held on to right until the end. Her most treasured possession. She said she wanted me to have it. You don't argue with a dying person's last wishes.
But had you taken on another shape when she did this? Did you shit? Did you shift when Alice gave you the locket? Question's not phrased properly. I thought we already established she did date Dr. Dekker. Did you ever date Dr. Dekker?
No. I didn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. It's
You
my
kind of made it seem like you
therapist.
did.
I'll just be wrong.
Wasn't it her that we thought kind of dated Dr. Dekker? Did you date Dr. Dekker? I thought we established that she did. I thought we established someone dated Dr. Dekker. Does it hurt when you change your skin? Why would I think of asking this question?
No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes.
You just like make the other
I
person
think it's
see
more
it.
like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something.
Okay. Okay, curious. I'm hoping this information all gets me somewhere. Were you lying about looking for love?
I didn't lie. I'm really not interested in dating anyone.
But you had a hot date
I just
on
went
Valentine's
out with Max
night.
as a favour for a friend.
Really?
Like I said, it wasn't anything serious.
You're a liar. I think you're lying.
I don't really have anything to tell you about that.
Oh, just like that's exactly what a liar would say. I wonder if you have any loose ends in your... That's kind of a threatening statement to make. I wonder if you have any loose ends in your life.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends.
Like, say, the
what that says
murder of
about
a
me.
one Dr. Dekker? Maybe that loose end? Why is it an illusion when you shift skins?
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand.
Ah.
Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
Oddly enough, I do. I get it. I understand, Elin. I hear you. I get the idea. You need to hold hands for it to... What seems tedious asking these questions, but I gotta be thorough in my investigation. You need to hold hands for it to
only lasts
work?
for as long as I'm holding the hand. I think it needs that connection.
She's still not green. We still don't, like, where are all these questions coming from? Why does the game think I need to ask all of these questions? What did Dr. Dekker say about his mum?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues.
Unresolved
That's
issues?
what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
Still not green. Still more stuff to unpack about Elin here. What did Dr. Dekker say about himself?
Mainly he talked about being a therapist. He said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts.
Oh, I believe it.
He said
I
not
believe-
all of them were as
I believe it.
enlightened as me.
That's actually true. That actually could be very true, Elin. What issues did Dr. Dekker have with his mother?
I'm not sure I should talk about that.
Yes, talk about it.
Aren't I breaking some reverse patient-therapist confidentiality?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. You're not breaking confidentiality at all. You can tell Dr. Hutch anything. Are you deceiving your patients?
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift.
It's a little bit
helping
deceitful.
them.
You're pretending to be someone that they know. It's a little bit deceitful, Elin. You're pretending to be someone that you aren't. There's something a little shady about it. What do you mean by enlightened?
Well, you know, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently, some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse.
It's true.
Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
Still not green. Wow. Well, there's a ton of questions to ask her. There are no hints currently available. What? Then why is she not green? Oh, because we gotta check Elin's alibi with the taxi company, I guess. I should have Jaya do that, but Jaya's not around. Okay, Mariana. Let's go back to Mariana. Mariana, how are you keeping? Been nude lately?
I haven't been back
She's got a
to the
different dress
beach
on.
since our last session, and no blackouts.
Hey,
New
good
doctor
news.
And new hope.
Yeah, there you
You're
go.
much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Oh, am I? Nuts. Why am I better behaved?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I knew it.
That's not good behavior.
I knew it. It is definitely not good behavior. Which patients did he date?
I think her name was Scarlett.
That can't
One
be
of
right.
his patients, an older woman.
That can't be right.
Guess that's how he liked them.
Scarlet? Where was that a thing? What do you tell me about Dekker?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know?
You dated him.
Said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
I believe it. I believe it. Oh, oh. Don't you shush me. Don't you shush me, Mariana. How are you persuasive?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it?
So hard to believe.
I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
Delusion. You're not ugly.
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful.
Ooh, was it a cephalopod?
Makes me feel dull by comparison.
What was it? What was it? What beautiful thing have you seen?
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea.
In the sea. Big surprise.
But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor.
Ooh.
Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Sorry to cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor.
Was it like a
Ben's
jump
trying to
scare?
sue us for nervous shock.
What?
Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy. I just think we should act quickly before it's too late.
Jaya.
Well, just let me know.
Was that just like a... The game was like, don't get bored. Don't get bored. Boom! Jump in, something to scare you. That's funny. Where were we, Mariana? Where were we? Intimate secrets?
Wouldn't you like to know? Is our session up now?
Nope. It's still going. It's gonna go till I say it's... It goes till I... Isn't done till I say it's done. Did you just go out for drinks?
Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
I think she also said that earlier too, didn't she? Because she said she goes to the nightclubs, but she doesn't drink. Why did you have drinks with Dekker?
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. It wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
Did you now? Is that all you wanted to find out, Mariana? What were you... How do you feel not going to the beach?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
That's progress. Well, it's okay, Mariana. It was a good choice on your part. Why have you missed the beach?
You do something a lot, you're gonna miss it.
Of course.
I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts.
Ah, okay. So not going to the beach has helped with the blackouts. What were you doing on Valentine's?
I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. I washed my hair, and then I walked along the beach for the whole night.
Suspect.
It's actually true. I saw one of your patients, actually. The nurse. She was on the pier with someone.
Ooh.
Pretty much all of the night, too. So I can vouch for her, even though she probably didn't see me.
Oh, that's because she was on her date with Max. She was on her date with Max at that time. That's corroborated. Were you really washing your hair?
Some girls say that they're washing their hair when they don't want to go out, but I was genuinely washing my hair. Do you think my hair's pretty, Doctor?
Say that. Yes.
It's such a mess.
Oh, this old thing.
Thank you.
It's such a mess. Have you been dancing?
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time.
Oh, that's good.
I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
Well, dance like no one's looking, I guess. Why do you feel the need to ask if your hair is pretty?
I'm insecure, Doctor. Isn't it obvious?
A little bit. Yeah, it's a little obvious. It is a little obvious, actually. Were you seen, Dekker? Come clean now, Mariana.
People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Okay, are you seeing someone at the moment?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
I like dance. No, I don't like dance. What? No, I'm not offering.
It sounded like an offer to me, Doctor.
You're my patient. It's inappropriate. Okay, what do my notes say about Mariana here? I thought Mariana said she didn't drink. She doesn't drink. What was the mix-up? Did she say she had a drink? She didn't have a drink. She didn't have a drink. You say you like dancing in your underwear.
Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point yet.
That's not supposed to be at that point, but the game seems to think that's a hint. That that's a good thing to say to get somewhere in this investigation. Isn't drinks a date?
Dr. Dekker did date his patients. Not me, I'd never agree. A drink is not a date.
That's questionable. Some questionable logic. Did Dr. Did Dr. Dekker know it wasn't a date? Did Dr. Dekker distinguish it wasn't a date? Who gets up from a sofa like that? Who does that? Who moves like that? How many times did you go out with Dr. Dekker?
We only went out for drinks that one time.
Ah. Okay. Alright, that corroborates. I don't see anything to suggest that's not the case. So it does line up a little bit. How is Dr. Dekker acting strangely?
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial.
Not excited.
A passive listener. But towards the end...
A couple people mentioned that about him.
He liked interfering.
Oh.
Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
How did Dr. Dekker interfere?
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
What was he telling you? What was Dr. Dekker telling you to do? Dang it. How did Dr. Dekker push you? There's a better way to phrase it.
I just felt like I had some kind of special power.
Yeah, like she's Aquaman.
Part of me wanted to use it, and he urged me to do that.
He did that with a number of his patients.
I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
But did it involve swimming? I bet you it involved swimming. What breach was Dr. Dekker talking about?
You know, like a breach of ethics or something. Girl doesn't ask for details.
Yeah, that makes sense. That he wouldn't want to breach ethics in his... Well, he shouldn't be breaching ethics in his interactions with patients, but it's questionable how good he was at that. He may have dated Elin. What special power did you feel like you had?
I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf.
Amazing.
I said I didn't want to talk about it. What is it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me?
Other things, apparently. Other things, apparently. What else can you tell me about Scarlet, the woman who he appeared to be dating?
It's Scarlet with 2 T's. Pretentious.
It's Scarlet with 2 T's. Oh, that's it? That's all you can tell me? You tell me like what she looked like, details around her personality. Really, Mariana? I need details. New doctor, new hope. Hope for what?
A hope for a cure, of course.
Of course. Of course that's it. Of course that's what she would be. That's what she would be out for. Here's some tips here. What's this key do? Ask. Do you feel like you want to jump off a cliff, Mariana?
It's just an example. I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff.
I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff. What you trying to say about guys? What cure are you looking for?
I want to stop having blackouts. I want to be able to remember. I want you to fix me.
I'll try, Mariana. I will try. Don't walk away. I can help you out. Or try anyways. Oh, no more hints available for Mariana? I thought you said you didn't drink. Oh, we already talked about that. All right. We already talked about that clue, apparently. Bryce says Nathan was with a female student all Valentine's night. Oh yeah, we also have to follow Elin's good stealing. That's what mock it. I should ask Jasmine how she feels about Dekker. Okay, all right. So now we got to go over to Jaya here. Jaya, how are you?
Hey, you. Thanks for helping me with this grief thing.
Oh, we're talking about that,
sure
not
I
Ben
have
now?
it, though.
I don't think I have a grief thing. She might be in on the murder here too. I don't know yet. Shall we talk about grief?
Oh, I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
About Dr. Dekker? What was Dekker like?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be.
People are on and off about that.
His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
I probably shouldn't have heard, but did.
Did you ever date Dr. Dekker?
What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say.
I shouldn't say.
You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
This is so inappropriate. I'm just going right for it to ask questions. Why did you work late with Dekker?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Yeah, I get that. What patterns was he trying to spot?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Okay, seems thorough in his work. Referral letters?
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Did he ever say what the pattern was? Who has a session on Valentine's Day?
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3.
Yeah, that lines up.
Everyone else cancelled.
Cancelled?
You can see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Everyone else cancelled? Except for Claire and Elin? Interesting. Okay. Tell me about Ben.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Let's try and talk it out with him first.
Good choice. I'll go and see Ben to see if I can get him to call off the dogs.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's gotten into him. Perhaps it's his mum.
Oh, what's wrong with this muzza? Tell me about Mariana.
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her.
Like, yeah.
Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
I love her acting, this lady who plays Jaya. She's hilarious. Tell me about Bryce.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you.
Creepy.
And he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes.
Oh.
You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Bryce, have you used your extra hour to take naked pictures of Jaya? Tell me about Claire.
Claire seems to be shaken by something.
Yeah, her husband
I offer
David.
her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
It's because she's got a creepy demon husband named David.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
It's a good question. Well, because people are accusing her of stealing from her dying patients. Tell me about Nathan.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes.
That's
he
true.
barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time.
Jaya was not a good hire. Tom? Who's Tom?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Uh-oh. What was the strange hobby?
Tom liked to base jump.
Oh,
that's basically
that's
falling
extreme.
from
That's
a huge
strange.
building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground.
Oh, when you put it that
he
way.
started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without
Did
a
Dr. Dekker
parachute.
try to talk him out of it?
Can you guess what happened?
Yeah, he didn't fly. Dr. Dekker had a predilection for saying, sure, you have the power.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock.
I just told him to burn a rocking
I wish
chair.
I'd said goodbye.
Okay. Is there someone you want to say goodbye to?
I liked Tom. I never got to say goodbye. I did with Dr. Dekker, though, so I suppose that's some closure.
How did you say goodbye to Dr. Dekker?
Dr. Dekker tried to fire me.
What?
Not long before his murder, so we got to say what we wanted to say then. And I've got the termination letter somewhere. It's
Oh,
not
she's
going
got
to
motive.
stick, obviously. Professor Alderby and the Trust will overrule it, but it's nice to know what he felt about me.
There's some resentment that he tried to fire you? And where is this new evidence? I want to see this new... Let's see Jaya's termination letter. 13th of February, so it was the day before Valentine's Day. Dear Jaya, I regret to inform you that your services are no longer required. Please clear out your desk and leave by the end of this week. D. Dr. Dekker. Gives you a little bit of motive in terms of wanting Dr. Dekker killed. Professor Alderby?
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
I mean, you didn't, but it doesn't really matter. Did Dr. Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. Nathan! Did Dr. Dekker call you the day he was murdered? Oh, apparently I can't ask him now. That's weird. It's in my notes, but I can't ask him now, apparently. Okay, I'll go back over to Jaya here. What happened to Dr. Dekker's glass in Alderby's video? Hey, Renaissance, how are you doing? Turkey and Swiss sandwich. Nice. Is that what you're enjoying right now?
It smashed.
Because it was floating? The video suggests it was floating in the air, but that's uncertain. What's Ben's mum got to do with it?
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Disturbing. Disturbing. How are you doing today, Renaissance? What can you tell me about Dr. Dekker's patients?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them.
Okay. Who paid $8 for it? Wish it was less, but I was desperate. Hopefully it just tastes really good then, right? For the $8. Who or what is Cthulhu?
So you watched the tapes, huh? Gold star for you.
I did. That's it? That's all you're gonna give me? You don't know anything more, Jaya? Come on, give a brother some more. Elon said could do that. What was my notes again? Elon accused of stealing. Go back to Jaya. Can you check Can you check Elon's alibi with the taxi company?
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Okay. I'm playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. That game is so addicting. It looks really good. I would say Ghost of Tsushima is on my stream list. It is something I'd like to stream eventually. What do you think about chaos?
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
That's what we would think. Wait, let's go back over to Elin. Your alibi is true.
No.
Oh.
That's not a question for me.
Oh. Your alibi.
I'm not sure about that.
No hit screen. Okay, I was gonna go back and say, hey, your alibi checks out. You're off the suspicion list. I put 40+ hours into it. I don't think it's even half done, really. But are you doing a lot of the side quests? A lot of the side content? Collectibles and such? Won't you be breaching patient confidentiality if I ask you about the patients?
Oh, don't be such a...
Ah,
It's just between us two.
that's how it starts. That's how it starts, Jaya. It always starts that. It's nothing. It's just between the two of us. It's always how it starts. Do you believe what Professor Alderby said about gods?
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
Well, that was evasive. That was a little evasive. But isn't Professor Alderby... Oh, because he's a trustee. But isn't Professor Alderby a patient?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now.
Uh-oh, what is it?
Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker.
Oh,
It's just a thing that he does.
That's
I'm sure
interesting.
he'll come and visit you at some stage, so please play along.
Yeah, why'd you let me in on that info? Suspect Jaya. I'm playing it on medium difficulty, and it's a bit overwhelming in some areas. Definitely wish I'd have put it on Hutch mode. Is my name associated with a mode now? Hutch mode? And what would Hutch mode be, Renaissance? Really easy. I prefer to think of it as not stress-inducing. That's Hutch mode. Hutch mode is relaxation mode. Why would Professor Alderby need to test Dr. Dekker?
Test is the wrong word. More like gently guide. Professor Alderby had a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really helps them focus on where the problems are.
Guide, though? That doesn't seem on the up and up. Yeah, no problem, Renaissance. That's all good. It is funny. You wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong to say that Hutch mode is a thing. Why do you think you'll get into trouble?
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions. Which
You?
generally
Oh, you're
means
like the
making
clinic
lots of
manager.
money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. And you?
Oh, good work. Good work, Jaya. Excellent hire. They actually released a little update that added an option in accessibility for easy combat or something like that. Some people complained about some areas and they tried to make it better. So good on them for that. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, it's only in their interests. If they see that people are consistently getting stuck at one aspect of the game, you know, it's in their interest to make the game more accessible, because then people will suggest it to their friends. But if there's like 25 to 30% of your consumer base gets stuck on a particular level, that's not even 15%. It's going to affect your profits. What do you mean by headhunted? I know what that means. Why am I asking this? What do you mean by headhunted?
I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here. Now I've got a flair.
Am
for
I the 5th
recognising
doctor?
The extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary.
Ooh. What's extraordinary about me?
We're both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class,
Oh.
both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
More of a hope. Totally agree. Is she going to murder you too, right? She's on my suspect list. She's definitely on my suspect list. All right, I think it's time to continue, guys. On to the next act or
I
whatever.
can change my skin.
Then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
On
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs,
patterns.
rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
There's still a lot of
Doctor,
mystery going on
He
in this.
surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention
Or
I had
Batman?
a special friend in the police force?
A special friend? What does that
Something you
mean?
Drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things.
Ooh, like what?
There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details,
Oh.
and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both
About
on
the stabbing?
desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way.
You're welcome.
It's really been helping. You know, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, hug. Whoa. Act 3, Spiked. Oh. She wears glasses but takes them off for an interview? Intro. Too close. Too close. Okay, so we got some new evidence. Where's our new evidence here? New clues. We got Claire's arrest report. Statement of Christian Weber, police officer. Blah, blah, blah. At 20:40 hours on Tuesday, 8th of November, myself and Mr. Holt responded to a call received from a neighbor of the Bower House, Weston Park Avenue, concerning a reported disturbance. We arrived at the address, knocked on the front door, there was no reply. We then examined the rear of the property and gained entry through insecure patio doors. We entered the property through this door, and I announced myself by shouting police, but did not hear any response. We searched the premises. Upon entering the dining room, how come I can't scroll down? I asked myself by shouting police, but didn't hear any response. We searched the premises. Upon entering the dining room, I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both persons were drenched in blood, and there was a substantial amount of blood on the carpet, walls, and furniture. I noted what appeared to be a steak knife on the floor, which was also covered in blood. At this point, I asked the woman to put her hands on her head, which she did. Officer Holt secured the female while I checked the man for signs of life, but found none. I asked the woman her name, and she identified herself to me as Claire Castleford. I asked if she knew the dead man, and she said he was her husband, David Castleford. I asked what had happened, and she said that she had killed him. Following a search by Officer Holt, which revealed no other persons present at the house, I said to Castleford, "You're under arrest on suspicion of murder." I then cautioned her and placed her in the back of the police car. So she says that her husband's still alive, and that he almost died. But the officer is reporting that, oh, he did. Why can't I scroll? Oh, I wish I could read more of the letter. It's a game you have to listen and pay attention to. So I'll catch you later. Okay, thanks, Renaissance. Have a good, I hope you enjoy Ghost of Tsushima. Crime scene report. Dr. Dekker, February 14th. The victim was located in his office, seated on a chair behind the desk, soaked in blood with an obvious chest wound. A paper spike, 150 millimeters long, protruding from the approximate region of the victim's heart. Possible murder weapon. I guess they just say possible for good measure. Coroner's initial findings. Time of death. Estimated from liver temperature measurements to be between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. Note that victim's body was reportedly discovered at 10:20 p.m. Cause of death, exsanguination due to punctuation of the left or anterior. There must be a way to see this letter more totally. I don't get why we can't see the rest of the letter. Death would have occurred within minutes. Bleh. Okay, so Dr. Dekker died because a paper spike was in his heart. That was the possible murder weapon identified. Welcome back, Claire, who killed her husband. Have you seen your arrest? Oh, how are you today?
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David.
Really?
I saw the girl again, the one I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing outside.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about David. Have you seen your arrest report?
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
It says you killed David. The report says you were arrested for murder.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused.
Mm-hmm.
The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him.
Right.
The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's alive.
Uh-oh. Weird. How could you have a funeral if David isn't dead?
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face.
What? Who was
You should
that?
ask him.
What? What? Which patient was a pallbearer?
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a gravedigger, I believe.
Bryce. This is implicating you more, Bryce. How do you know Bryce?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult.
What?
Unless you pay the right people.
Like Bryce? Oh my goodness. The plot thickens. Did you intend to fatally wound
David
him?
wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly.
To put it
I grabbed
lightly.
the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it.
Stabbed him with it.
There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it.
Of course.
So
that look.
I fixed him.
What? What? Explain fixing.
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life.
What?
Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did.
Did Dr. Dekker put... Yeah.
But only if you're not buried. He says once
Claire
you're in the ground,
Castleford,
there's no
reanimator.
But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
Can you bring David in? I want to see David. I want to witness David here.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it.
No.
I think reanimation is more an accurate term.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an eel necromancer.
That's very Lovecraftian. Well done. What were the results of David's resurrection?
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely.
He's not all there?
Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast
Pet
them
cemetery?
on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it.
Oh.
He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
What problem do you have?
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers. Which is
no
why
kidding.
I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
Help you how?
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder. To lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer.
What?
But I
You
can't prove
are.
otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
You definitely are. It's because you resurrected him doesn't mean you didn't kill him.
At worst, it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him. I just stabbed him.
That doesn't matter.
And although he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life. Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
Oh, this is a tough question. I should tell Bryce that Claire says he's been smuggling players. Wasn't Claire killed David on this thing? Bryce buried David went with Ben. Too much to do today. No, you weren't temporarily insane.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did.
What? What did Dr. Dekker want? All these D's in a row. My tongue is tripping over something. What did Dr. Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my alleged ability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David.
Until?
Once he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What girl?
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house.
What?
Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her.
Oh.
It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem.
Iris was the girl his wife was in love with.
I just played along.
Or her husband.
I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real.
Until?
But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
This is twisted. Did you help Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways.
That might have happened.
He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
This is interesting. What changed Dekker's mind?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house.
And?
He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like.
Yes, please.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Yes, please. I do. Yes, please.
Very well. In our next session.
Oh, it's gonna be creepy. It's gonna be creepy. I hope we see him. I hope we see him so bad. Do you know anything about the paper spike?
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the air into his brain.
Creepy.
Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
It was pretty messy, according to the reports. Did you speak to the girl at the lake house?
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
What was she doing with the fish?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
Creepy. Hey, Shotgun, how's the mystery going? It's going good. It's getting creepy. This woman claims she resurrected the husband that she murdered in a Herbert West reanimator kind of fashion, so the mystery is getting thick. How are you doing today? How is it possible David was brought back to life?
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
It's Cthulhu. And they've definitely specifically mentioned Cthulhu in this game. Oh, and you gotta see, let me show you Mariana. She's got a octopus necklace on. Let me see if they have the octopus necklace on her or not. Oh, they're gonna show her twirling around in a dress. Are they gonna give us a shot of the octopus necklace? Let's see if Mariana. Hello. There we go. Oh, you can't really see it. She moved pretty quickly, but she's got an octopus necklace on her neck. You're good? That's good to hear. I'm glad. Is David not human? Are you lying about David being alive?
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
Dr. Dekker pushed her. Yeah, it is very cool, right? And this one, where is it here? Alderby.
Nothing, of course.
This guy talks about Cthulhu.
Like some kind of spongy mood.
That guy talks about Cthulhu, so there's definitely a Lovecraftian vibe to this game. Claire, is David not human?
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery.
Exactly.
Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
But he doesn't just randomly murder people? Do you think you might be seeing David's ghost? Not likely, but game seems to think it's a question.
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Oh, what kind of things have you done with David, Claire, since you reanimated him? Is everything working? You know what I mean, Claire? Are you lying about never seeing Dekker outside of your sessions? Ooh, were you dating Dekker?
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
That corroborates. That corroborates. That lines up. All right. Hey, what happened to the lost key to the safe house?
Oh, I found the key.
Did you?
It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway.
It must have been there all
I could
along.
have sworn I'd looked there already.
She might be telling the truth on that. She might be telling the truth. What do my notes say about Claire? Claire says the girl in Dekker's basement was Iris. Why is reanimation a more accurate term?
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life. As you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
Now he just talks in grunts. All right, Claire, the question we're all wondering. Can David have sex with you?
I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything.
She doesn't like that question. She didn't like that question. Okay. The arrest report says your neighbors. Oh, now they go with the Canadian spelling. Your neighbor is called the police.
My neighbors seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
Yeah, as one does. Just throw some money around and just buy the house. What about the hallway?
You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. Sometimes a drawer is just a drawer. Come on, Doctor. Come on, Doctor. Alright, she's not at green condition yet, so there's still some questions we can ask her. What happened? I don't think she was in on Dr. Dekker's murder, though. What happened when Dr. Dekker met David?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak.
What kind of examination was he going to perform?
But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back.
What kind of examination Did Dr. Dekker perform on David, eh? Oh, no, computer doesn't like that question. Computer doesn't like that question. Has anyone else seen David?
Yes, the father and daughter who live opposite will have seen him, I'd imagine. Although they won't have talked to him. If anyone approaches him other than me, David would run a mile. The
Interesting.
sociable part of his brain must have died in that week too.
So, I don't think Claire is implicated in the murder of Dr. Dekker. I think she's one of the characters who's kind of creepy and kind of weird, but didn't have anything to do with Dr. Decker's murder. The reports. Dr. Dekker was stabbed in the heart. Oops. Dr. Dekker was stabbed in the heart.
He was stabbed in the heart. Then I'd say whoever killed him didn't want to leave any room for error.
She knows a lot about murder. Claire knows a thing or two about murder, apparently. Did Bryce really smuggle out David's body? I should talk to him, then let Claire know the answer. All right. Let's go over to Bryce. Bryce, creepy guy who can freak. He gets 1 hour a day of frozen time, and when everyone else is frozen and he's the only one moving, he undresses women and takes photos of them. He's a creepy. He's a creep. He is creepy. How are you doing today, creepy guy?
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person.
I'm sure.
I know taking naked photographs is wrong. But you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like.
To have a frozen hour of
An
time?
extra hour, Doctor?
Nope. No.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour.
What?
A hooded figure.
Uh-oh.
Watching me and following me. I followed it too.
Where did the hooded figure go?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you.
What?
That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe
got
it's
infected.
the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
About Dr. Dekker? What do you want to talk about concerning Dr. Dekker?
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw.
Tell me.
In his basement.
Iris? The girl? Did you see Iris?
I don't know.
Did you see a girl in the basement?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time.
Okay, it's not what I asked,
I mentioned how he'd changed before. So I began spying on him at home.
During your extra
One
hour?
night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was. A girl.
Oh, that's how Iris got free.
It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
What did you do with the girl?
I don't know what you're getting at.
I wasn't suggesting it. What happened next?
I've nothing interesting to say about that.
I think you do. All right. I'm not getting the question. What'd you do with the chained girl?
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done.
Okay, that does line up with Claire's story.
I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Destroy? What do you mean by destroyed? He killed Dr. Dekker. What do you mean by destroyed?
Is that supposed to mean something?
Oh, come on, computer, help me out here. Help me out with the question here. Where did you follow the hooded figure?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. An bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window.
Interesting.
Like it's testing me.
Or manipulating you, Bryce? Why would the military be following you?
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
So I wonder if I didn't know there was a Lovecraftian element to all of this. It would certainly suggest paranoid schizophrenia with this guy. Yeah, I'll do something for you.
Would you tell Jessica I love her? She didn't really know me that well.
It's creepy, Bryce. Not right.
I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet.
Oh, what's in the hard drive, Bryce?
Please destroy it. Please.
Those are the photos.
Don't look at it.
Those are the photos he won't delete. Isn't it? Isn't it? Tell me about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
Okay. Simple. Tell me about the open till.
I did nothing. I'm not stealing anymore.
Tell me about the bedroom window.
I looked in.
There, he's getting honest.
Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor.
That's not entirely wrong to a degree.
There was an old woman in bed.
Uh-oh.
I went inside.
No.
Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette.
Oh.
I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
It was well acted. That bit was well acted. Did you bury David Castleford?
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer.
Classically
there are a lot
trained?
of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered.
Get it? Short-shouldered.
I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated.
Claire?
Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle.
Aft port side.
And he wasn't lifting correctly.
This guy's such a pro. He's a pro pallbearer. Did Claire ask you to do something with David's body?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave.
Oh, is that
He
true?
is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Tuesday morning, eh? And Nathan always has Mondays repeat for himself. Something doesn't line up here. Something does not line up. Tell me about the paper spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was.
What?
He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Achievement unlocked, committed. So did you prove to Dr. Dekker that that doesn't work? Is that what happened, Bryce? Why did you say aft port side?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting.
And it makes me sound smart.
Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Most pallbearers are drunk? That has not been my experience. How's your job?
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today.
Gross.
It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot.
I bet.
I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me.
And what happened, Nathan? Or
when
Bryce?
I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
A worm? A wound.
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
How'd your hand heal?
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
You think magic healed your hand?
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor?
Jury's still out.
Real.
Jury is still out, Bryce. No, magic isn't
So
real.
it isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
Let me get back to when Alderby talked about looking at chaos, and your altered perception of something will change how you see the chaos. Have you seen Jessica again?
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've
Creepy.
not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Yep, you gotta be careful, buddy. You gotta be really careful. What's in the notes over here? I should tell Claire Bryce says her husband is in the ground. Okay, let's go back over to Claire here and tell her what I heard. Bryce says your husband is in the ground.
Well, that's what he would say, isn't it?
Okay, then. Why do you say you didn't succeed at bringing David back?
He made sounds. I could understand him a bit. I thought he'd improve with time, like a child learning to talk, but he didn't. It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again. I think it's his brain. At least he is safe where he is.
At the lake house. I still want to see him, Claire. I still need to see him. Maybe David survived the attack.
Perhaps. Perhaps I missed his vital organs. Perhaps by some strange freak of nature, he only appeared dead for a week.
Unlikely.
And needed no food or water. Though there was an autopsy, so it's not likely.
I still need to see David.
I think he was definitely dead.
I think he was definitely dead, she says. What happened to Iris? Oh, we've talked about that already. All right, let's go back to Bryce. Maybe you should try talking to Jessica. Why would I suggest that? This guy is not someone who I'd want to connect with people.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really.
Yeah, and then there's that whole looming thing. That whole looming thing about what you did, Bryce. What did you do? Oops.
No. You have an interesting aura, Doctor.
Huh? What? Have you been spying on me in your extra hour?
I never spied on you at midnight. But if you start acting strangely, maybe I will.
No, he's gonna take off my clothes and take nude pictures of me. Don't let it happen. Why would the hooded figure be testing you?
I think that I'm becoming a good person, Doctor. I'm ashamed of some of the things I've done, but I'm getting better. The hooded figure, it's testing my morals. Judging me. For what? I don't know.
It would definitely seem like paranoid schizophrenia, for sure. Who was... Oh, we already know this. I should talk to other patients more and check my notes. Alright, let's go up here to Professor Warwick. Professor Warwick, who are you, Professor Warwick? Who is this person? Who are you?
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
I'm a physicist. Oh, he did.
Is he really? Actually dead?
What?
Not a worthy adversary after all, then.
What now? Huh, Professor Warwick?
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
Oh, right. This was the guy who said the quantum suicide statement in the intro video. What theories?
Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in.
As if.
Well, it started with an experiment.
Go on.
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
I have. Yeah, I've played Alan Wake. I've seen Night Springs.
Well, then I'll be brief. According to the laws of quantum suicide, if I were to shoot myself now, then one branch of my timeline would result in my death, whilst the other in my continued existence.
That's correct. That's
I
what Alan Wake
applied
taught
that
us.
logic to something different.
How did you do that?
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability, but then... I changed a parameter.
Go on.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Now, every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. For a while.
Is this going where I think it's going? Is this going to the idea that I am Dr. Dekker, and in one reality, Dr. Dekker was murdered, in another, he was reanimated, and in another, he wasn't murdered? Is that where this is going? Is this what the connection is between all these stories that we're seeing here?
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
He killed your experiment. How did he do that?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. But Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that.
Is everyone delusional?
The hangman's paradox.
Oh, what's the hangman's paradox? Let's hear it.
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Okay, where does this go? Monday?
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me.
Uh-oh. How did he trick you? Still not following.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet. That I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me.
He basically messed with you.
And then it happened.
Lost everything.
Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Oh, Vanessa. Poor Professor Warwick. Why would Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics.
Oh yeah, that must have been it.
He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
Look at that. He's like, oh, nothing. So why gambling?
Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon.
Oh, you wanted success.
She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
It was just science. It was just science that helped him. Tell me about your wife.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days.
A little precise.
Vanessa couldn't have children. At least that's what she told me.
Uh-oh, but?
She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. But part of me always thought that one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be...
together forever? Well, it's a creepy smile.
It wasn't to be, though.
That was a creepy smile. Have a drink. Have a drink, Professor Warwick. Did it bother you you couldn't have children?
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems.
That's
I
clever.
considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm
the darkest timeline.
It would seem.
Little community reference there. What were you doing on Valentine's night?
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach.
Ooh, Mind Stretch Outreach.
Into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
What? Is she connected to this? How well do you know Jaya?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now.
She is?
Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. That smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
I thought we were. It sounded a lot like we were talking about a problem you have. What's Mind Stretch Outreach?
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it.
Quantum tunneling.
Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though.
You're just picking an idea and throwing quantum in front of it to make it sound intelligent. What's quantum tunneling?
Oh, you're going to have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia. I'd love to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there.
Well, yeah, I am going to look it up. I am going to Google quantum tunneling here. Quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling is the quantum mechanical phenomenon where a subatomic particle's probability disappears from one side of a potential barrier and appears on the other side without any probability, current, or flow appearing inside the barrier. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, Professor, we can talk about your problem now.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist.
Of course you are.
I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
Tell me more.
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree.
Are they
don't want
cultists?
to talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
Oh. Are they cultists, Professor Warwick? What sort of practical demonstration?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but
yeah.
Well, I can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose.
Can't
What do you think, Doctor?
possibly lose.
Should I take them up on their offer?
No, don't do this. That's crazy. No, don't take the offer.
No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Where are you losing it? Are you gambling still? Stop gambling.
I take your point. But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it?
Nope.
Well, my time is up.
Nice little tap on the watch.
Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me.
Unlikely.
Infectious. Isn't it?
Okay. That was interesting. A little statement there that leads into something. Infectious. Okay. Well, I think that's where I'm going to stop for now, and I will probably be back on later tonight with some more infectious madness of Dr. Dekker. I want to see where this story goes. I want to see where the mystery takes us to. But in the meantime, have a good evening, and I will catch you later.